Well, everything that we've said that we thought we were going live with, I don't think anybody's been able to see. So, we are gonna get some things going here. Give me just a minute. Sorry, you don't know what you're looking at because I can't see. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Okay, now you're on there.
All right, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
We are now officially Facebook Live. So
Okay.
That was a good
Trying
practice.
To, trying
So,
to repeat myself. Yay!
Hi, everybody. You all know me as Becky from Facebook. I'm a provider from Portage County. I am creating these cruises for us to meet each other, and I'm going to introduce my group here. This is Pam. She owns the agency, the travel agency. This is her daughter, Lindsay. And over on the computer end is Kelly. If she wants to come back over here and get real quick. Kelly, come back.
Hi. Okay, we're all here to help you. I want to thank Becky for putting this together. It's a great opportunity for us to get out there with some group cruising for the accessibility and just general cruising in general. I want to talk to you a little bit about the two cruises that we're holding. I want to answer some questions about the cruising, and we want to know what's maybe holding you back from going ahead and booking. We're here to answer your questions. If you go ahead and type them in, Kelly will be able to get them. She'll feed them off to us, and we'll answer as many as we can in this Facebook Live. First of all, I'll go over the two cruises that we have, and we do have quite a few people booked on them, but we're wanting the bookings to come in quickly. There's a few promotions that we have incorporated in the price. One great promotion that Royal Caribbean has going on right now is the Kids Under 12 cruise for free. That will not be around forever. It has been a great advantage to those that have already booked, where the kids under 12 are just paying the taxes. And again, cruising is back, and that option will not be available, I don't believe, for much longer. So we're expressing to everyone, let us know what's holding you back. We can answer your questions. If it has to do with different scenarios, we would be glad to answer those personally for you, either in a message, on Facebook. We can emails, or pick up the phone and call. We'll answer the phone and answer any questions that you might have. We have two cruises going on right now for you. The first one is a Caribbean cruise, which if you're anywhere close to Northeast Ohio right now, the weather has been terrible. In fact, we've gone without power. We just got our power back yesterday from Saturday. So cruising in February does sound really good, and if you're in a part of the country that has got the warm weather, good for you, but cruising will still be great in February. We have the Wonder of the Seas, which is Royal Caribbean's currently their largest ship, their newest ship. I was fortunate enough to be on her about this time, the time that this cruise will be going on, mid-February. I just came off of her about a month ago. So she's beautiful. She is gorgeous. I can answer specific questions about the Wonder of the Seas. If you've joined our Facebook, I've posted some pictures, but she is cruising. We do still have space on her for February 11th, 2024, out of Port Canaveral, doing the Perfect Day in Coco Cay, Day at Sea, Cozumel, Rotan, Honduras, Costa Maya, Mexico, cruising a day at sea, and then back to Port Canaveral. So that information, I believe, is on our Facebook. We want to let you know that we are going to have a live website. It's going to go live just after this Facebook Live. So it'll be a website that has a lot of information about the ships in particular, the ports of call. Kelly put it together for us. It's a spectacular website, and it will be going live. We will have links to it on Facebook for you, so we hope that you'll take a look at that. The other thing that we do have is we do have an Alaska cruise. sailing on August the 2nd out of Seattle. It is out of Seattle, day at sea, Juneau, Alaska, Skagway, Alaska, Sitka, Alaska, day at sea, Victoria, British Columbia, and Seattle. I can tell you I have been on an Alaska cruise. I have been to each one of these ports except Victoria. I've sold Victoria, so I can answer questions about Victoria, or I can answer specific questions about those ports of call. A few things that I will bring you up to date on is we are in contact with Royal Caribbean. We're working in partnership with a gentleman from there that is he is part of the Accessible Inclusive Cruising. He is there to help us every step of the way. We've talked to him about transfers. We've talked to him about shore excursions. He's putting together a brochure that we will have on the website that will go over the accessible shore excursions. We ask him particular questions today about motorized vehicles or motorized wheelchairs. We'll have tours that are available for that. So our concerns were not his concerns. They are there to help us and to make it accessible for everyone. Again, the thing that we want to stress is we want to know, what's holding you back from cruising or booking on these cruises, answer those questions, and to get you on while the promotions are still there and the cabins are still there. Ron from Royal Caribbean is willing to work with us to put the cabins that we need into our availability, so you don't miss out on the accessible cabins along with any of the other cabins that you might need.
I can kind of give you a quick break and talk for a few minutes. One of the things that she stressed is booking soon, and the sooner that we book, the things that we can plan in advance are things like excursions, pre and post hotel bookings for those that want to go in a day or two before the cruise, which we highly recommend, at least the day before, being there at port ready to go. We can look at transfers and meeting your needs there. We can do online onboard ship meetups. We can even, Ron today, when we were talking with him from Royal, mentioned that we can have designated times that the pool lift is ready for you guys at the pool if we know that the group is showing up at the pool at that time. Because normally with the pool lifts, you do have to sign, you go and let them know that you need it, and it takes a little bit of time to set up and make sure it's at the right pool and might need moved around. So we can pre-plan things like that the sooner we know about that. And then I can see a few questions coming in. We had some questions before, but Nicole is asking, is there a particular medical insurance we can get in case of emergencies while on the ship? When and how do we need to go about signing up for that? So we don't want to touch a lot. Insurance is very important. We highly recommend it to all clients, no matter where they're traveling, how they're traveling. I'm not prepared to go into pricing of the insurance right now. I don't have all of that in front of me. But what I can say is that there are different options for the insurance. We can go through Royal directly, or we can go through Allianz and secondary partners that we have. And we can talk to each person about their needs and which insurance would be right for them. The way that the cruise works, the nice thing is that if you put down a deposit on the cruise, you have until final payment that you could cancel and get everything that you've put back. Now, with the exception of, there are some people that have already booked and have booked a non-refundable deposit. That has happened likely because there's more than two people in the room, so we had to book a cabin outside of our group. And when we do that, then we have the option of different rates, and one of the rates is a non-refundable deposit rate, meaning the deposit, let's say, is $1,000. Well, of that, $100 per person is non-refundable. You'll never see again. The rest of the deposit comes back to you in a future cruise credit, and then you have that option to put together. But anything that you pay above the non-refundable deposit, you can get back if you cancel. The deposit is what's locked in with those non-refundable rates. With the cruise, the rooms that we have held, we're just asking for the $50 onboard credit to be put, or $50 deposit to be put down. Then if you need to cancel before final payment, you could cancel and get that back, and anything additional to what you've paid if you've been making payments along the way, even without travel insurance. But the travel insurance does have great things. I don't know if I'm answering your question, Nicole. If, you know, things happen while you're on the cruise ship,
Like your knee goes out.
yeah, like your knee goes out, you need to seek medical attention. That's where either insurance, Royals or Allianz, would jump in to help you. But if something like that is holding you back from just putting the deposit down, then, you know, we can talk one-on-one about the different scenarios. But that shouldn't be a reason to delay too much in the deposits.
And again, stressing the fact of booking, you know, the cruise prices are going to go up. So those non-refundable rates that seem like, geez, I don't want to do that because I don't want to miss out or lose that $500 or whatever amount of deposit it would be. The cruise are likely to go up that significantly in price to where it is just going to start dwindling down to where you could have gotten the cabin that you wanted at the price you wanted, and we can work with you as far as the refundable and non-refundable, explain it to you on an individual basis. Or
Some of the other questions that came in, I'm trying to pull them up here on my phone, and I know Kelly's been doing a great job of answering them as they come in. But on one of the other posts, I apologize.
On
Let
the
me see.
show, the reserve seating, they always have standby seating too. So if you don't get a reservation, you can stand by, and 15 minutes before the show opens, they open all the doors and anybody can go in.
Yeah, these ships, they have the Broadway style shows, and they do have where you can, during your cruise planner, pick tickets. They're free tickets, but you pre-pick which shows you're going to. If something comes up and you need to cancel that one, you can drop it. If there's nothing available, you could go on that standby like Becky was talking about. So that the other questions we have here, Michelle was asking, when does the best drink package deals come out? They're
30 days before.
Yeah, a
35
lot of
days
people say
before.
that the closer to the cruise it is, but every now and then around certain holidays they'll run a promotion. I think they just did one for St. Patrick's Day that had something to do with the discounts. So, and it depends per cruise too, because if not enough people are buying drink packages for that cruise, they'll put out promotions, and that's what happens the 30 days in advance. But if a lot of people have bought the drink packages, then they're less likely to come out with the better price.
once you've booked the cruise, you'll get a confirmation number. And at that point, you can go on to Royal Caribbean. You can actually go onto their site, register with your confirmation number, and you'll pretty much be able to see what the shows are, a little bit more information. Things are not all out right now, but any promotions that they come out with, sometimes they're directed just to you. And if you book it and you change your mind, they can be canceled, right, Becky? As far as, or if the price goes down, you can get the lower price. So when you
They
see,
have an app too.
yeah, they have an app. Yeah, you can load the app on
Right.
your.
the
Yeah, you
app.
can load your app.
You
or,
put your reservation number in, and it'll give you all kinds of information. The dining information, right there, deluxe beverage package information. It's got a lot of stuff, so you'll need the app for sure.
Yeah, and I was on the Wonder, like I said, last month, and I was not able to book any of the shows in advance, but yet I got in to see every show that I wanted to see on the standby.
I've
And I've had
never-
good seats too, so I
Yeah,
can't
I've never
complain.
missed a
Yeah.
show, and
Yeah.
I don't book because I don't know how Eric's going to feel that day, so I always do the standby, and we always get a seat.
Yeah.
Balcony room still being available.
Balcony rooms, someone asked, they are still available. Accessible cabins are still available on each one of the ships.
Yeah, and we've asked, and we've had a little bit of inventory moved into our group, and they're working to get us a little bit more. But we can only hold our inventory for so long. So the sooner that you can book into it, the sooner we can keep that inventory and available. and they're giving us rooms based on the bigger. They're expecting our group to get pretty big. But if we don't show that the group's getting as big as they're expecting, they'll start pulling our inventory that we're holding as well, because we're not showing the commitment. So that's what we want to show to them, is the commitment that we have to making this a large group and bringing on board the group to Royal.
Right, and after our conversation with Ron today, like I said, what we thought may be a problem, he certainly did not see as a problem. The biggest problem that we're facing, I think, is the fact that, we need to see more bookings, so we have a little more to go with him and say, hey, we've got 8 people that have a motorized wheelchair. What are we going to offer him? And he seemed to think that was no problem as long as it was dealt with in advance to where they knew. And the Hoyer pool lift, that was no problem. I
have a
saw them
video.
on the Wonder. I saw them in 3 or 4 pools.
Mine are the smaller pools, they have one, but I was able to make a video of them using one. So if you scroll down the group page, you'll see I used Eric as a
yeah.
I don't know, a victim. I don't know what you want to call him.
A test dummy, but not a
They
dummy.
were
Yeah.
doing a class on it, and I said, "Hey, do you want a real person to use?" And they said, "Yes." I said, "Come here, Eric."
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
And you know what? Real quick, while we're touching on the type of rooms, I do want to mention that we're holding the inside, the ocean view, and the balcony rooms, but there are also tons of great rooms on these ships that we're not holding that are still available and won't be available for long because they go faster. The suites. There are virtual balconies, so maybe you can't. It's a little bit less expensive than the balcony rate, but more expensive than it falls usually between an ocean view and a balcony rate. But you get to see everything as if it was a balcony because it's a virtual balcony in a really cool room.
Yeah.
I
did see those. And on the Facebook, if you go down through my pictures of when I was on the ship, you'll see the virtual balconies. And we're talking a lot about the Caribbean, but Alaska is the same. Alaska is the same way. And the one nice thing about Alaska is that you are cruising the Inside Passage. You will see the glaciers. It does cruise through the glaciers. The ports of call where they're docked, even from the ship, you can explore Alaska. With the Inside Passage, you do not lose sight of land on either side of the ship. So you can sit there. There's usually a nature person on board that will point things out to you as you're cruising. They divide the clock, or they divide the ship into a clock. So they'll say, okay, at 2 o'clock you can see, there's a moose there, or bears or bear cubs. So eagles, you always see the eagles.
Yeah.
The time of year that you're cruising is an excellent time for Alaska.
and both these ships, I want to say, we were specific about getting them to be docked ships. So neither one of these ships are going to be tendered, which means you don't have to get on a small boat and then take you to shore. You will be able to get off the ship right onto shore, right down at Gangplank. That was important to me.
Yeah, Chris just asked if the Ovation of the Sea will have indoor pool lift chairs, and the pools on the Ovation of the Sea are still outside pools. They have
Unless you're Serenity.
yeah. If you're in
If
this,
you're 18 or over, they have an indoor pool.
yeah, they have indoor pools for 18
They have like
and
a
older area,
solarium area.
and
yeah.
then the hot tubs have where you can get a lift into
Oh
the
yeah,
hot tub.
the,
So
yeah. The lift.
if
does
it's not
the
long
hot
enough
tub.
to get in
That-
the normal pool, then you could do that. But
That's
the,
what Eric got into, was the hot tub.
yeah. So the Ovation of the Sea definitely has that as well. The Ovation of the Sea, we didn't talk a lot about it, but it's not one of Royal's newer ships, but it is still one of Royal's larger ships. It was designed for Alaska. It has you'll see an arm if you see the picture of it coming off, where you can go up above even the ship, and there's an arm that takes you out and lets you get, when you're by the glacier, you get even closer to the glacier than the ship is. And so there's really cool features about the Ovation of the Sea. Was one reason we chose that. I know anybody that's been following along with the group and is interested in Alaska, we went back and forth on which Alaska to pick. We decided to go with this one out of Seattle, but later we would like to go with one out of Vancouver that goes into Alaska or opposite and doesn't go round trip. So if those that wanted to add the land on could do so. But this one, the ship itself is magnificent. The little ships are the ones that do the other, and some people would like to experience the big ships. So that's what these two cruises are all about. They're about the big ships, but Royal has an inventory of medium, little, small, whatever it might be, that we will be booking other groups. So we would love to see as many of you join these ones, but know that this isn't we hope to have 1 to 2 groups a year that will go from here. So if you're watching this now or later and there's other places that you would like to see,
Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Where should we?
I'll go anywhere.
Because really right now we can already start grabbing 2025 space. So the sooner we start those groups, the better rates we're going to get. So we'd like to know where everybody would like to go after this.
Yeah, Eric and I do 2 to 3 cruises every year, so
Yeah.
and we absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Chris also asked, is there information in and can we arrange wheelchair van transport in British Columbia so we can go to the gardens? Yeah, most definitely. We'll see what we're going to work more directly with Ron, hopefully in the next few weeks, to really get excursions out there, see what Royal offers. If Royal doesn't offer it, we'll go to other partners and see what they offer. But I know at all these
That
ports,
would be, yeah.
there's definitely something that we could get at every port that would be an accessible option. And I definitely to the gardens.
Yeah,
so.
the gardens are very accessible, so the transportation would be the biggest part.
And for those of you that are joining us that have booked, we wanted to let you know that while we're happy and we're glad that you're asking questions as well, we do plan to have more Facebook Lives, meetings in the future with all of you. Ron said that he would be happy to join, and maybe some other partners from Royal Caribbean, for those that book the cruise, where we can really dive into planning each cruise individually. The more people we get, the more Royal's probably going to jump in and offer us things too. So,
Right.
like we said, the sooner we get those people booked, the sooner we can start offering more. And the one thing I wanted to mention real quick is feel free to invite your friends, your family. If you're already booked,
It's for all
it's
abilities.
for all abilities.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
Yeah.
to be anybody with a special need
I
of
have
any
some
kind.
friends from church are going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So please feel free to share the group page. Feel free, once we get this website up, which will be tonight, share that with anyone that you know that might be interested. And yeah, we would love to have everyone on board.
Yeah, and I think you'd be surprised if you mention it. You know, it starts a
Oh, yeah.
conversation and more people are interested. And cruise is fun.
it's economical too.
Yeah.
When you consider your food, your entertainment, you don't have to pay for gas. You don't have to unpack and repack and change
moving
the hotel
hotel.
room.
Yeah, exactly. The
It's-
entertainment is
Oh,
fantastic.
oh, it's
It's
phenomenal.
fantastic, and the food.
Oh yeah,
I
Eric
mean,
loves the trivia games. We go. It sounds bad to say I
Eric is
go
really
to.
good.
It sounds bad to say I go to a bar every night.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's where they host the trivia games, and you don't have people just sitting there. You're singing and you're joining people, and Eric absolutely loves it. And if you have a social butterfly like I do, your kids will absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And we did talk to Ron today about the kids club area. And if your child is somebody that, if they're in the age range where they would still be able to take advantage of the Adventure Ocean program that Royal has, and they want to go in and play video games or just hang out with the other kids, there are options. You can go in with them, or you can leave as long as you're still on the ship, and they'll have radios for you so that you can, if they don't allow anyone, regardless of age, to be, they don't change diapers, but they allow you to be in there if you're a kid that's older even and have diapers, but they're going to call you on the radio and let you know that you need to come back, take care of your
Right,
child. But if something like that is,
And they don't give meds.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
give meds, so if you need to give medicine, or if your child's having any child
If
is
your
having
child's
a
having a
breakdown,
meltdown.
yeah,
If
they're
you're
gonna
not
call
meltdown.
you and they're gonna tell you, can you come and get them for a little bit and then bring them back.
What
But
about the parent that's having the meltdown?
I was thinking that, yeah.
But they
yeah.
do also allow parents in the Ocean Club area too. So if your child just wants to get in there but doesn't like, you don't either want to leave their side or they don't like
The
when you
one
leave their
ship I
side.
was on had actually a quiet room where the kids that were not involved in that, they could actually take the kids in there.
Could
if there
just
was
play
cold,
and
they
hang
had
out.
a
Yeah.
quiet room.
Yeah.
Yeah, so regardless of the age, the cruise ship has something for everybody.
You can get a kids meal at dinner, which is
Mm-hmm.
kind of nice. You can ask for a kids menu. I don't do it because Eric would order chicken nuggets again. So
And we didn't touch on the fact, but what is included in the cruise, your dining is included. Now there are places that
especially restaurants.
specialty restaurants that is over and above, but the things that are included are the dining room, the main dining room. Right now, Royal Caribbean is going with, each night in the dining room they have a
We had
Italian
British,
night.
We had
yeah.
British. We had Caribbean. We had. I can't remember all the different nights. I'm sorry, but you always have a vegetarian choice. You always have a pasta choice, and then you have at least 3 or 4 meat choices, meat or fish
Right.
choices in there.
And they'll work with you gluten free.
Oh, they
they'll
will.
work with you.
They'll work with you on a puree diet if you have to have a puree. The last cruise we went on, I told the lady, I said, my son needs his meat cut up every night. She actually came to the table and she cut his meat every single night. It was like a whole week of vacation for me just having that done.
Just having that. And the specialty restaurants, they're just a step above, but they have the buffet, which is
Oh, Windjammer is
spectacular.
phenomenal. I did a walkthrough video so you can scan through and see that walkthrough video, and it's anything and everything you want to eat. Sorry,
Yeah.
not drink, but eat. They'll have in the morning they have an omelet bar where you can get whatever you want thrown in an omelet. In the lunchtime there'll be a stir fry bar that you can make any kind of stir fry you want. Then they have a salad, the dessert. The dessert, yeah, you got. I got to avoid.
And the drinks that are included, I mean, there is iced tea, there's
You never
lemonade,
have to
there's
buy a drink package if you don't
yeah.
want to.
I mean, coffees, waters,
not
those.
Starbucks. Starbucks
Yeah,
is extra.
Starbucks is extra.
All the ships have a Starbucks if you need a Starbucks.
Believe me, even though the other coffee is free, I was at Starbucks every day spending, and they accept Starbucks gift cards. So
Oh, and they have a John. Most of the bigger ships.
I don't think
they did it?
I don't think they did on. No. Well, maybe they did.
They
They didn't.
We'll find out
I
for
bought
sure,
the
but I
coffee
thought that
package,
they-
and they didn't
But-
accept it at all.
Find
The
out if they have
Starbucks.
Johnny Rockets gift cards too.
Yeah, we
yeah.
can
The
find
bigger
out.
ships have a Johnny Rocket, and if you want a good milkshake, you need to go to Johnny Rockets.
Yeah, yeah. They do
And
have
that,
a Johnny
that
Rocket
goes above and
on.
beyond. But
Yeah,
you-
they do have a Johnny Rocket on Wonder.
I did a post on the drinks. I kind of gave you guys a general idea of what they cost, so you can decide whether a drink package is worth it or not. A soda is $3.50, so how many sodas are you going to drink a day to figure out if the drink package is worth it? But you get sodas, and it's Coke products, by the way. So if you're Pepsi, you're in trouble. But they're all Coke products. They have water. Glasses of water are free. If you want bottled water, you have to pay for bottled water. Coffee, tea, milk, chocolate milk, hot chocolate, orange juice, apple juice, prune juice. You need it. You get all that. Tomato juice. I get a tomato juice in the morning. Can you think of any other drink they have? Lemonade or tea?
I think lemonade and tea.
So pretty much all your drinks are covered.
And you can purchase a soda package, or you can just like the alcohol package. You can buy one off. So you can buy a soda with dinner one night, but not the next night, and just pay for it. Then you can buy an alcoholic drink at a bar, but not have the alcohol package. And if you're not a heavy drinker, that's the way to go. Honestly, I prefer to just go that route because I'm maybe 2 drinks a day person, and so the alcohol package doesn't add up for me.
I usually get 1 pina colada virgin
Yeah.
per cruise. That's my splurge.
But if you factor in that you're going to get off the ship and maybe have a drink there, then that's not included unless you're at a perfect day at Coco Cay. Then the packages
barbecue.
roll
Oh
over.
yeah, the barbecue. Yeah.
So your drink and your meal packages are going to roll over at Perfect Day at Coco Cay.
Yeah, if you're interested in the Caribbean, honestly, the perfect day is a perfect day. You've got to go on and take a look at the links of Perfect Day.
Sorry,
It
guys,
is
I'm gonna try to check the dogs.
it's absolutely gorgeous. The beach is gorgeous. It's Royal Caribbean has the whole island to itself. There's a lot of covered areas. You can go snorkeling there. It is absolutely a perfect day. So, yeah. You like Perfect Day, right?
I did. Eric
Yeah.
loved it. They had a band playing. We sat there and listened to the band. All the food was wonderful. They do have beach wheelchairs too that you can
Right.
use.
Yeah, they have, even for your motorized wheelchairs, they come and pick you up. And again, I posted on Facebook, you can see the vehicle. They'll come and pick you up and take you somewhere on the beach. There are the beach wheelchairs that you can use. And Royal Caribbean, Ron said today that, they would make sure that, our group was taken care of.
For the one they asked about the life vest, Kelly's going to check on the life vest, but I know when we got off ship, every time you check a towel out, so you never have to pack a beach towel or anything. So you check, and you can check out as many as you want. I usually get 2 or 3 a day, and then you bring it back in the checkout. But I did see life vests down
Yeah,
there when they were checking those out. I
And
never
life
checked
vests-
them.
I'm sure
Yeah.
at all ports, even if it's not Perfect Day at Coco
I
Cay
think
or
if
if
you
it's a beach.
schedule, because really the beach is not real close at some of the ports, but it's right there at Coco Cay, and
Yeah.
there were life jackets. You could just take them, and
Yeah.
I can put a picture. I took a picture of the life jackets, so I can put that on. But I know they had them there by the pools. The kids areas are all shallow.
I don't have my room key on me. I had it last night. I was showing that to Carol. I just like
Oh,
her
did
last
you?
night. Yeah, and but what you'll do is when you get it, they just scan your your room key. It looks like a credit card, and it has all your information on there: your dining table, your dining time, all the stuff. And every time you get off ship and on ship, they scan it so they know who got off ship and who's not off ship. But when you check out a towel, they just scan it. You're done.
Yeah.
Like 2 seconds,
Yeah.
and when you turn it back in, it's scanned again.
Yeah, as you get on the ship, they're right there to take your wet towels if you.
Oh yeah, they'll have a big hamper.
Yeah,
Yeah, just toss it in.
just toss them in.
Somebody had asked about the alcoholic package, and does everybody in the room need to purchase it?
They used to.
You do. If it's adults in the room, anyone over 21 has to purchase the alcoholic package. Now, if you have
Medical condition.
a medical condition, like let's say Becky was a drinker, but clearly Eric would not be, then you could say that Eric, he doesn't, but Becky wants it. There are, as long as we can prove to them, maybe even just like a recovering alcoholic or whatever.
Right.
Soda package, so you don't.
Soda package is
individual. Isn't it?
individualized.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes. But the alcohol
Because
package, you
I've never
have to
bought
have.
Eric one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the drink packages. I mean, they have alcoholic drink package. They
frozen
have
drink
carbonated beverage
Beverage
drink package. They have
What?
a coffee package that I've bought. I think it's a deal, but I like a latte, and I think it's $31, and you got 15. I've yet to use all 15.
If you're
but-
wanting to buy the internet package, watch the soda package, because sometimes they will do an internet package and a really good price on a soda package together. Not always, but sometimes they will.
Yeah.
So before you buy just your internet package, double check with Lindsay. Can double check that for you and make sure that you're getting the best deal on that. I always buy the internet package. I can't go without my laptop. Sorry.
Somebody, I just want to answer some of the other questions real quick. Somebody had asked, does Royal have any type of babysitting options for parents cruising so that we can get a few hours break? I know the younger children cruises typically have staffed rooms; they can hang out and play, and that's what we were talking about with the Adventure Oceans. You can go there for sure. Now, they used to offer babysitting in the rooms where you could hire somebody to come to your room. That's no longer offered. We had talked that there are some people that have joined the group that said they would be willing to watch a kid or two extra. So, we might be able to pre-plan that in advance where a couple of people that want to have a night out without the others, you could take turns, and that way
swap.
would be
Right, yeah.
Do a baby swap.
an extra, a baby swap. When you are in the Adventure Ocean Club, if the kids do go there, like we said, you'll get the walkie-talkie for communication with them. And then another question that unrelated is, how soon can you book airfare and transfer tickets for the wheelchairs? And will we assist on this? And that's one thing that we wanted to let you know as travel agents and as you guys, is we are here to help with every part of this trip that we possibly can help you with. So airfare, transfers, post-night hotels. Royal mentioned a good thing today when we were talking to them was, even we tend to do it. We book a night hotel not with
I
Royal.
always do that.
We book it separately. But Royal said if we have a group and we put everybody with Royal at the same hotel, that they'll help us with the transfer from that hotel, where typically Royal's only helps people that arrive at airport day of or at one of their hotels that they partner with. So if we can get everybody on the same page and at the same hotel, whether we do that through Royal or on our own, that would help with the transfer. So before anybody goes booking things on their own, if they
Right.
want to reach out to us to see what other people are doing, things like that, we're a little early on. I would say the airfare, if you let us know that you're planning on flying, when you would like to go, whether it be a day before or more, we can start looking at the airfare. But realistically, for this February cruise, we're still probably a little early. But we could look now.
Yeah.
So if we see something, we'll grab it. But typically, some of your budget airlines that we may end up using, especially if you want to fly out of Akron, I don't know. Some people are up near Cleveland, so you'll have more options. But where you have Spirit or Allegiant or some of these small, they don't put their flight schedules
Right.
out as far as the other ones do. So we can look at the airlines on a one-off basis. And
if you're new to flying, just know that, the luggage is generally on top of the price of the airline ticket. But anything medical that you need, the airlines will transport. It's not included in your bag, so you do not have to pay for it.
Okay, when you fly with somebody that's disabled too, you're always the first on the airplane and the last one off. So you're not fighting everybody to get onto the airplane. And then everybody's off the plane. When you get off the plane, if you have a wheelchair stored underneath of it, or if you're using an airport transfer chair to get you through the terminal, they will meet you right at the door. I know this from experience.
Yeah.
yeah. And the other thing is, the sooner we can do this, the better for the transfers and whatnot and the groups. But in a port like Port Canaveral especially, there are tons of options for transfers. So accessibility ones aren't going to go too fast compared to a port like Seattle. Seattle, we're going to want to be a little bit more on top of it. There's not as many transfer options. So if you're booked on that Alaska cruise, we're probably talking 6 months out that we want to do that. But
Hi, Ina. Nice meeting you yesterday. It was really nice meeting you. I will get you these guys' phone numbers, and they will put their phone numbers up on here somewhere so you can get a hold of them. They're also on the flyer that's on the webpage somewhere. But I will message you later, and I will give you everybody's phone number.
Yeah. And the Facebook will be to where people can look at it
Yeah,
later.
we're
so-
going to try and upload this because Facebook you only keep 30 days. I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel, and then I will put it back on so you guys will have the link to this. So.
And, as far as another meeting from here, we can go live again anytime we need to if people just have a lot of questions, and it seems like we should. But for the February cruise, I would say, gosh, maybe as early as June. But sometime this summer, plan a time to get together to have a meeting. Maybe we can do one via Zoom or a little bit more structured where we can all see each other and do a little bit more talking about excursions. And Royal has, if anybody from Royal jumps on, they'll have the ability to
Yeah.
put together a good Zoom meeting
Okay,
or
yeah.
something
Yeah.
a little bit more than any of
what
us.
is-
We
Yeah.
little people can't do Zoom.
Facebook Live is about all we got.
Yeah. Zoom costs money. I keep being asked, why don't you do your meeting Zoom? It's like, because it costs money.
Yeah.
Facebook Live is free.
Yeah, but we should have some information about the shore excursions out to you in the form of a brochure online. I would say in the next couple weeks.
They're making a really cool webpage.
Yeah.
Then they showed me the
Yeah.
other day. It's going to be interactive where you can click on the excursions. You're going to be able to click on the disability policies. You're going to be able to click on this and this and this and just bring up all this cool information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of the things that we've been sharing on this Facebook page over the last couple of months, we've tried to put on the website, which is easier to find sometimes than having to scroll way
Oh,
down in
yeah.
a post if you miss
And it gets
something or
lost in the
reread
Right,
it.
right.
And then
And I'm always available if you guys want to just text me and say, hey, Becky, what's going on with this?
so somebody else just asked a
And
question.
you know, if I don't know the answer, you know I will dig and I will get it for you because that's what I do.
And one thing that the website does have as well, which somebody had asked about with Coco K, you know, the separate things that have cost. So a lot of Perfect Day at Coco K is free, but there are things like the water
The water
slides
park.
does have an extra cost
hot
to
air
it.
balloon.
The hot air balloon does. There is a beach club and cabanas that you can rent. Those have extra cost.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah, check those
We'll
prices
see.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but there
I'll
are
share one with you if you want to pay for it.
nice pools and nice beaches that are
They
completely
do.
free.
They do.
Those wheelchairs that
Now they
the
have
sand
do they
wheelchairs
still
are
have the
free.
bus that'll drive you around.
Yeah,
You can take
Yeah.
the bus around.
Yeah, you'll take
yeah.
a bus and they'll show you out the whole thing, and talk about food.
Yeah.
Tons of food.
Yeah.
They do these breads and they carve the bread and then they carve the fruits and they carve. I like food. I'm sorry.
We will be getting out to you. You know, the more that we know about you and we know about your needs, the more information we can get to you. So we don't want to get real personal with you, but honestly, the more information you can give us as far as what your needs are, the more we can take that to Royal Caribbean and really be prepared. That's what we want to be. We want to make this an enjoyable time for everyone, for every person in your family, every friend. We want to make it enjoyable. So the more that we know in advance about you, the
What you
more
need.
we can relate to them. If you need the lifts, if you
If you
need
need a
this.
floor lift for your room, if you need oxygen, if you don't want to take your wheelchair but want to rent a wheelchair or a scooter,
Right.
if you have other mobility issues, Lindsay's got a whole list of contacts she can contact, and I've sent her a bunch that I've found and I've discovered. So,
Right. Right. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Well, we hope that we've answered a lot of your questions. Like we said, we're going to keep this Facebook Live on for as long as we possibly can, and then we'll get it on the YouTube and then on here longer. If anybody else has any questions, go ahead and type them. We'll stay on for just a couple more minutes, see if any more questions roll in. Let me look at my list to see if there was anything I wanted to mention that we didn't. Let's see.
Let me find your list.
The pricing that we didn't want to go over pricing tonight. It's all out there. We'll have it on the website. It's on the Facebook page. Really, if you contact us, we can go over pricing on an individual basis because what our group space has might not be the best for your group. Especially if you're more than 2 people, we have to price it individually anyway. So we do all of that always for free.
And you can make payments.
Yeah, so our quotes are complimentary, so don't feel bad to reach out to us for a quick quote, even if you're on the fence and you know that the fence may lean you more to a no this time, but you're just curious of what the pricing is. Don't hesitate to reach out just to feel us
If
out.
you need a room next to another family member, though, the sooner you get your reservations,
Right.
then the better.
Yeah. Anybody that wants to be close to somebody else, that's definitely something we want to take care of sooner. There are rooms that sleep 4 and 5. We can definitely do a family of 3. we put some pictures out there, but we can always send you some pictures of what that room looks like with beds separated, with the couch pulled
Yeah, I
out.
have
There
that.
are pictures that we can show you to give you an idea of what the rooms look like for
What's
the
the
other.
website?
Kelly, if you want to make the website live and post the link, we could go ahead and do that now, and then we'll.
We're
we'll
so
also,
excited.
We'll also post it on the feed later. Let's see. And the website could, keep looking at it because it will change as we get information from anyone. The excursions right now that you see, there's really none. It's a generic about each island, kind of giving you an idea of what that island has.
We love Honduras.
But yeah, we don't have the
Every
individual
Roatan, everywhere
excursions.
we go, yeah.
Yeah.
Every year, Eric, that I go to Roatan, we go to the sloth and monkey zoo because Eric loves monkeys, and I get a hold of sloth.
Yeah.
I don't get to
Win-win
do that
for
in
everyone.
Ohio.
So, yeah, email us a list of any help that you would like individually, items that you know you need. Definitely do that.
If you need a refrigerator too, you need to request that. You can request a refrigerator for your room. So that's a possibility for those that are diabetic. I might need to keep your stuff cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I think of anything
There's,
else?
as far as the medical service on board,
Oh, it's
you've
fine.
experienced it. So
I actually have a post up there showing the whole system. Eric had to have an X-ray the last trip. I hate to say that, but yeah, a fellow passenger knocked him down, and the next morning his arm was solid bruise. And I went to them, and they did not charge me for the X-ray. The doctor examined him. He didn't get charged at all, and it was fine. It was just bruised. But if you know my son, you know he doesn't feel pain. So it was like, really, Eric?
yeah.
So, but yeah, it was phenomenal. Yeah, and they all speak English, so you don't have a trouble with that.
Kelly is putting the email address that we have. If you already have been in contact with Pam or me and you have our emails, feel free to email them. But for anyone that we do have a generic email that kind of goes to all of our boxes so that we can all see it, which is the groups at Infinity for Travel. So we promise to get back to you no matter how you communicate with us via Pam's email, Lindsay's email.
Yeah.
Mom gets very confused. Pam is my mom, by the way. I didn't say that, but she gets very confused at all the different technologies that are out there. And when
I
a
know,
message
I
comes
read it,
through,
but-
did it come from Facebook? Did it come from this email? Did it come from that email? But we always work through it and find out where
Yeah.
it comes. And we help
I
her
could
get
get
through
through
it.
finding messages. Where did you message
I
me?
know,
at?
Exactly. They come
I
via
know, I
text, but-
read that, but I
Email?
can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Let's see. Yeah, I think
Let's see. How many rooms do you?
if anybody wants to go, we are a full service travel agency. We do more than just the cruising. If you ever need help with any travel, please reach out to us. If you want to go on a cruise this summer, and in addition to the others,
if you want to book Disney after this cruise,
Yeah.
because you are right there.
Yeah.
Kelly's your girl. She
Kelly.
got you.
Yeah.
She booked my whole Disney cruise last
Yeah.
time.
but we can help with cruises that are sooner. We can help with Disney. We can help
And
with
if you want to
whatever it
hop
might
on
be.
another cruise after this cruise and do back to back like I'm going to do, because I don't come back to Ohio in February, Lindsay's your girl for that.
Yeah, well, yeah. So,
So.
yes, most definitely. If you want to take a vacation sooner than these ones, let us know. If you have something after, if something else that doesn't meet the needs of these cruises. And definitely, if there's something that you would like to see as a group, let us know. And we'd be happy to start working on other ideas for additional groups.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining
Thank
in.
you.
Yeah. See you guys later.
Kelly, did you get that link out there yet?
Maybe I'll see you in April at the
Perfect.
next art
Very
meeting.
good.
All right, so
All right.
enjoy our website. If you see anything that's confusing on there, message us again
And
anyway.
Kelly will fix it.
Yeah.
And Kelly
will fix it.
will fix it for us. Yes, exactly. Our behind the scenes lady there. All right, everyone.
All
have
right,
a great
everyone.
night.
Have a
Thank
great
you for
evening.
joining us. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.